Alright, against the odds time. 5-color Monoblue infinite Scarecrows in Modern. Pretty much immediately regretted putting Scarecrows on the poll. As soon as I realized people were voting for it, I was like, oh my god, this is never gonna work. Our opponent's Monoblue. Flooded Strand, crack it. Get a... I guess we'll get blue-white, Hallowed Fountain, untapped, and Pilipala. Probably gets countered. Ooh, alright. What is our opponent on? If they're on Merfolk, I don't know if we can win. We have so many islands. Thassa, alright. Land? Well, let's Serum Visions. Try to find some lands. Scuttlemutt, well, we got 2 lands on top. That does mean we don't get to play anything this turn. But that does get us kinda close to Reaper King. Which, destroys some stuff. Serum Visions for our opponent. Well, let's get in with Pilipala. Cavern of Souls on Scarecrow. Oh, it's a new one. And Scuttlemutt. Why is that not... Did not tap that for colored mana. Dictate. This might mean we're going to get comboed off here. Let's see. Oh, they have Temporal Mastery randomly on top. That increases the chances that we get comboed off. So opponent takes an extra turn. More card draw. Scries draws 2. Yeah, we're probably not going to get to untap here. Time Warp. Scries draws 2. So let's see, this is turn 3. Time Warp, turn 4. I guess we should probably just scoop. Sitting through this is kind of obnoxious. We were so close to a Reaper King, too. Snapcaster, 4 Time Warp. Turn 5, I think. And they almost have Thassa activated. One more turn and we're scooping it up. Gigadrouse. Attack for 2. Temporal Mastery, alright, good enough. Let's go to the sideboard. We can bring in a bunch of color hate stuff and try to get our Painter Servant. So, Flash Freeze, Display of Dominance, Celestial Purge. Go down a couple Whispers of the Muse, our Shell, Skulkins, Shackles, Silence, and Serum Visions. And try it like that. Okay. Not exactly what we were hoping for, but we could combo off. Well, let's Watery Grave, untapped, get in them early beats. Island for our opponent. We get an island, so let's just Whispers of the Muse. There's a Pilipala, so we actually have the combo-ish. So let's Island go. Island for our opponent. Reaper King. So let's Cavern on Scarecrow. Grand Architect. Tap it. Pilipala. So if we untap, we actually just have infinite mana next turn. But we don't have much to do with it yet. I guess we get to cast Reaper King. That's cool. We need our last Whispers of the Muse to be able to draw our entire deck. Opponent Telling Times. More Scarecrows would be good to start destroying our opponent's stuff. Ooh, Scuttlemutt's not bad. So let's Glimmer Void. Now we turn Pilipala blue. Ugh, it's a long, slow process, but we tap it, untap it to add green. So confusing. Alright, tap Pilipala, add 2. Untap it, tap Pilipala, black, tap Pilipala, red, tap Pilipala. What did we not add? Blue, black, red, green, white. So do this for a minute. We can't draw our whole deck, unfortunately, so we can't really go infinite. But we can cast a Reaper King. Pumps up our Scarecrows. And then we Scuttlemutt. Can't be countered. Exile or destroy one of our opponent's lands. And then we, let's see, tap Pilipala. Untap it for blue. Oh man, I can't believe they make you click there every time. Tap it. Untap it for blue. Tap it. Untap it for blue. Play another Grand Architect. Can we win here? I don't think quite, but we're gonna win! This combo is gonna work. Reaper King beatdown. Tap it. Untap it for whatever. Tap it. Untap it for whatever. And then we can give Reaper King haste. And it does it! Turn. Oh, that was turn 4. Okay. Well. Oh my goodness, that was sweet. Alright, I guess we run it back. Oh. Oh man, that combo is so painfully slow. 6 lands, display of dominance? I don't think so. Well, we got a Painter Servant. But now we want some of our color hate spells. Elixir of Immortality. Well, let's just Polluted Delta go. Island for our opponent. Alright, crack Polluted Delta. Get a Hollowed White. Yeah, I think white is most important. Hollowed Fountain. Tapped. Ooh, Celestial Purge is good. Cavern on Scarecrow. And Painter's Servant on black. So now we can start Celestial Purging our opponent's lands to keep them from being able to combo off. Since everything's black and this exiles a black or red permanent. Pass the turn. What do you got, opponent? Thassa. Come on, good draws. Let's just Celestial Purge the Thassa. Get in 4-1. Breeding Pool, go. Another Painter Servant isn't that helpful. It's a very slow clock. Jace Bellerin. Draws a card. Makes their land drop. Come on, color hate. Island. Alright, let's hit Jace. Painter Servant on red. Island, go. Taps down a land. They don't have that many cards, though. We'll see. We each draw. We get a Reaper King, which would be good in the future. Oh, they don't have a land? Alright. Oh, Display of Dominance. So I think we gotta wait on... We can't cast Reaper King anyway. Well, actually, we could. So I think the plan here is send both Painter Servants at Jace. Look at this board. Play an island. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Opponent's going to Cryptic, bounce, draw. Well, let's destroy one of our opponent's islands. The colors are so crazy. Okay. They still have to let us keep drawing with Jace if they want to keep Jace alive. They make their 4th land drop. We each draw Scarecrow. Scarecrow isn't great. We still could just lose. So let's send them both at Jace. We can't play Reaper King this turn. So Scuttlemutt, Breeding Pool untapped. Hope that our opponent can't go off this turn. Vapor Snag the Scuttlemutt. Telling time. They're probably trying to set up their Temporal Mastery. No Temporal Mastery. Island. Time Warp. Each player draws. We really want to draw... We need to draw into Color Hate. That's what we need to kill the Jace. Opponent... Second main. Island. Time Warp. Draws with Jace. Pillypalla. We haven't found it yet. Eventually they're going to draw a Gigadrouse and ruin our chance. Serum Visions. Draws with Jace. Serum Visions for us. Land. Can they keep going? Oh, our opponent finally fizzled. We can't do a whole lot, though. Well, let's lead on Serum Visions. Bottom both the lands. Well, let's just Pillypalla. Send both at Jace. Put Jace down to 5. Steam Vents, untapped, pass the turn. Pray for no Gigadrouse. Snapcaster, for Cryptic. Okay. Bounce Steam Vents. Draws a card. We have to discard. We will discard a island. Oh, Pillypalla. We're really hoping for a color. We need like a Celestial Purge or something. Our opponent is likely going to be able to start comboing off here. Part the Water Veil. And Dismember. Gets in for 2. Untaps. There's a Celestial Purge. Attacks with Snapcaster. Down to 10. Alright, let's Celestial Purge the Jace. Untap. Flooded Strand. Pillypalla. Cavern of Souls. On Scarecrow. Pillypalla. Pass the turn. What's our opponent have? Dictate to get the draws going. Double Dictate. This might be the beginning of the end, or the end of the end. Oh, we were so close! One turn away from comboing off. Mikukuru. Well, we drew a Celestial Purge. So we do get to Celestial Purge a Dictative Crucifix. Oh, our opponent has Remand. Yeah. They can draw so many cards. Oh my goodness. And they are getting the Temporal Mastery to line up perfectly. Yep. Another Dictate. Draws a card. Vapor Snags. Well, it was close. I don't know why our opponent suicided their Snapcaster. I guess they want to shuffle it back in. Oh, they have another one. To flashback a Time Warp. The only good news is that means Time Warp's getting exiled. I guess it's still not impossible that they fizzle at some point. Draws 4. They still have quite a few taken extra turn spells left, and since we're tapped out, we can't counter or Celestial Purge. They go with Gigadrouse to tap down our creatures. Down to 7. Snapcaster. Yeah, they only need one more taken extra turn spell. Well, that was close. Opponent draws a million. Gets in for 4. Shuffles. But, well, it was close. Alright, against odds. Scarecrows in Modern. And we'll keep this. We got a Scarecrow, an Architect, and a Silence. Polluted Delta Goo. Ooh, it's Tron. Yikes. Polluted Delta, get a Steam Vents. Let's Flooded Strand, crack Flooded Strand, get a Hallowed Fountain, and Painter's Servant on blue. Oh, our opponent's going to have turn 3 Tron. Jawbone Skulkin. Alright, let's Breeding Pool, untapped. Maybe we got a Silence here. Let's play Jawbone Skulkin. Get in for 1. And then just Silence on our opponent's upkeep. Only buys us 1 turn. Opponent plays Sanctum of Ugin. We get an island. Grand Architect. Opponent cracks us Expedition Map. Painter's Servant means we get wrecked by Ugin, don't we? We're a colorless deck and we're going to get wrecked by Ugin. Glimmer Void, go. We got our opponent down to 15. That's something. There's Tron. There's Blue Karn. Karn the Mind Sculptor. Exiles our Grand Architect. Scuttlemutt. Well, I guess we attack Karn. We Scuttlemutt. Play an island. Pass the turn. Oh, Scarecrows. Scarecrows don't seem to match up too well against Tron. They look pretty, though. Karn. Exiles our Scuttlemutt. Ugin. Blue Ugin. Oh, God. Alright. Yeah, that we can't really come back from that. So I think we want to go on the color destruction plan. Celestial Purge. Flash Freeze. Display of Dominance. Get rid of the Scarecrows, the Shackles, the Skulkins, and maybe not all the Flash Freezes. And maybe not all the Silent. Maybe get rid of the Silences. Try it like that. Alright, we get to play first. And, well, we kind of got the combo. So let's just Island and Jawbone Skulkin. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have turn 3 Tron. Urza's Mine and Chromatic Sphere. Well, get in with Jawbone. Polluted Delta, crack it. Get a Hallowed Fountain, untapped, and Pili-Pala. Pass the turn. Oh my goodness. Nature's Claim and the Tower. Ugh. Well, Breeding Pool, untapped. Grand Architect. Get in for 1. Tap Grand Architect. Painter's Servant on black. And pass the turn. Alright, no Tron. Also hope they don't have... Alright, there's Oblivion Stone. Alright, we need something good this turn. Painter's Servant, does that do it? I think we can get rid of something. Let's see. So, pay 1, turn Painter's Servant blue. Pay 1, turn Jawbone Skulkin blue. Watery Grave, untapped. Tap all these for colorless mana. White, black. Cast Reaper King. Colorless. Black. Alright, I guess you gotta pay in a specific order. There's the Reaper King. Gotcha. Then we get to tap Reaper King for Painter Servant on blue. When it enters the battlefield, we get to destroy Urza's tower and pass the turn. Alright, opponent, can you beat the Scarecrows? Did we just beat Tron? Expedition map. Alright, if we draw another Scarecrow, that would be awesome. Any Scarecrow is awesome. Sanctum of Ugin. Oh, they're not going to have Tron next turn. And a Flash Freeze? But our colors are set all wrong. Alright, we swing with everything. Opponent cracks Expedition map. Put our opponent to 1! Come on, Scarecrows! Come on! You can get there! We can actually counter a red spell or a green spell, which is kind of relevant. They fate up our Painter Servant and Scoop. Yes! So this deck can really... this deck can really go off pretty quick sometimes. That wasn't even a combo draw. That was just tapping our stuff for Reaper King. Oh, on the draw, we're probably going to be way too slow, though. Oh, what do you think as a Tron player who suddenly gets their Tron piece Reaper Kinged? Oh, I think our opponent's been a good sport about it, but man, that's got to be tilting. Well, I'm assuming turn 5 Reaper King is probably too slow, so we're going to ship this. Okay. Ancient Stirrings. Our opponent said, you have a fun deck. I appreciate the sportsmanship after getting in Urza's tower hit by Reaper King. That's an Ugin, but at least no Tron piece. Man, if we can find a way to shift colors. I guess our opponent was mostly happy that we made all of our colorless creatures colored so Ugin could wrath our board. I had already forgotten about that. You gotta have a short memory when you're playing against the odds. Another Ancient Stirrings. Oh, they're gonna put together Tron anyway. We gotta hope they don't get Tron. Ooh, Architect. Alright, let's Cavern on Scarecrow. Pilipala. So we are gonna have the combo, but we don't have anything to do with it at the moment. Maybe I should have kept that Whispers of the Muse. Yeah, there's another Tron piece. And Expedition map. So Tron confirmed for next turn. And Nature's Claim. Oh, Lord. Let's play another Pilipala, play an island, and we have it next turn. We have the infinite combo. The question is, what do we draw? Oh no, they just had Tron. Never mind. Now we don't have it. Now our best bet is to draw Painter Servant and be able to kill things, or Island. Island, I guess, works. Grand Architect. Yeah, we're very dead now. They're gonna have an Ugin as well. We lose our Cavern of Souls. Good God. So they have Worldbreaker, Karn, Ugin, full-on Tron, and more redraws. Yeah, that's Tron. They draw big things. They crack their Sphere, crack their Expedition map, get a Sanctum. Well, if we don't draw Painter Servant... Ooh, alright. Well, that kinda keeps us alive. Although, then we just get wrecked by... we get wrecked by Ugin! So, I guess we go black. They still get to play Ugin and destroy us, though. We did kill a black Karn, though, thanks to Painter Servant. So that was something. Worldbreaker, looking ferocious. If they didn't have that Ugin, I would think we had some chance, but Ugin just rests our board and then we lose. Liliana Ugin. Oh, God. Yep. Alright, well, we won a game from Tron. Thanks to Reaper King. That's as good as it gets. Alright, against odds time. Monoblue 5-color Scarecrows in Modern. And we'll keep this. Oh, no. Is this Burn? I don't know if we can beat Burn. So we're taking 2. Not 2. So we get to Island and Serum Visions. We need to bottom both Painter Servants. Our best way of winning, I think, is Pilipala into Grand Architect into Go Infinite. Oh, this might be, I don't know. Might be Blistering Rage. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, actually. Assault Strobe. Alright, this is definitely Blistering Rage. That does mean it's less likely they can kill our stuff, which is good. Alright, down to 7. Flooded Strand, Crack It, Island, and let's Painter Servant on blue. This is actually fine, then we might be able to win next turn. Not literally win, but do a bunch of stuff and then win in the future. Opponent has Titan Strength. We do have to block here. There's no not blocking. So we're going to lose our Painter Servant, unfortunately. And they have Battle Rage anyway. Alright, well then. That's a pretty good draw. Well, we want Celestial Purges and possibly Flash Freezes. We can probably go down Silence, go down the Shell Skulks. Shackles seems a bit slow. Probably the Scarecrows and just run it like that. And we're on the play, which helps. We're on the play, and alright. So let's just Island and Serum Visions. Grand Architect, land. Do we want double lands? Yeah, I guess 2 lands are fine. Pass the turn. So now plan is quick Reaper King with Grand Architect. Opponent passes. So we go Island, Jawbone, Skulkin. Our opponent's reading. Play the Island, go. And they bolt the Skulkin. Sure. Better Skulkin than Grand Architect. Land and Kiln Fiend is annoying. Yeah, let's cast Whispers of the Muse. Draw that land. Ooh, Flash Freeze. Well, let's Flooded Strand. Can we go Shields down for a turn? Or do we just need to play like Scuttlemutt? It seems like it should be unlikely they can kill us. Flooded Strand, Island, and let's just a Scuttlemutt. That lets us Grand Architect leave up Flash Freeze next turn. Pass the turn. So just hope our opponent doesn't have anything super crazy here. One is a Swift Spear. Let's just take it this time. The worst thing they do is like Lightning Bolt Scuttlemutt. Now they got all the creatures. Ooh, Celestial Purge. Well, 1, 2, 3. Grand Architect. Glimmer Void. Pass the turn. Leave up Celestial Purge, Flash Freeze. And then next turn, we can Reaper King. Opponent goes to attacks. Swings with everything. Alright, let's just block the Blister Coil. Opponent goes with Brute Force. Well, we're just going to Celestial Purge. Get rid of Blister Coil. Keep our Architect alive. We do take some damage here, unfortunately. But our opponent is about out of cards. So we take 6 down to 11. Another Grand Architect. Let's just 1, 2, 3. Play a second Grand Architect. Pumps up the first one. Pass the turn. Then next, this lets us leave up Flash Freeze. And then hopefully next turn we can Reaper King. Swift Spear. Sure. Goes to attacks. And just passes. Another Reaper King? 1, 2. Reaper King. Down. And it's an 8/8. Another Kiln Fiend. Come on, Scarecrows. Scarecrows to start exiling things. Opponent goes to attacks. No attacks. Scarecrow? Tap Reaper King. 1, 2. Reaper King. Keep the untapped one. And then I think we're just going to hit our opponent's lands. Put them back down to 1 land. Pass the turn. Come on, more Scarecrows. Well, they have a land. Passes. Scarecrow? Scarecrow, please. Alright, Pilipala is a Scarecrow. So, Pilipala, exile a... let's get a land. And then I guess we can attack with Scuttlemutt. And make it blue. So we get in for 5. Alright. Well, we have infinite mana. If we draw Whispers of the Muse, we get to draw our whole deck into more Scarecrows to wipe all our opponent's permanents and then win. Opponent goes to attacks. Nothing. So let's just do some attacking. Reaper King, Pilipala. Make Pilipala blue. Hit our opponent down to 3. Polluted Delta, pass the turn. So we still have a blocker for each creature because we can untap Pilipala. Another land. Manamorphose triggers Prowess. We're just going to counter that. So counter Manamorphose. Opponent gets a bunch of Prowess triggers. And scoops them up. Whoo! Alright. Reaper King. Getting it done against Blistering Rage. We'll keep. Mountain. Go. Alright, we get Polluted Delta. Pass the turn. The problem is, if we were on the play, we would be able to counter a Kiln Fiend on turn 2. Since we're on the draw, we do not have that option. And there's Kiln Fiend. Polluted Delta, crack it. Get a Hallowed Fountain. Celestial Purge would be a draw. Or another Reaper King. So, Cavern on Scarecrow. Pass the turn. See if we can live. We can leave up Flash Freeze, which sorta helps. Opponent goes Titan Strength on upkeep. Goes to attacks. Gets in for 7 by the looks. Yep, gets in for 7. We are going to cycle Whispers of the Muse. Scuttlemutt. Scuttlemutt. Unfortunate. Breeding Pool, tapped, pass the turn. We are probably just going to die to Kiln Fiend. Just can't find a removal, unfortunately. Goes to attacks. Swings for 1. Where's the spells? Brute Force, pumps up Kiln Fiend. 7 damage. Mutagenic Growth. Alright, well, we got to counter Mutagenic Growth, but we're still just dead. Any spell. Alright, that does it. Nut drawing. Alright, against odds, Scarecrows in Modern. And we got a lot of stuff, but we can't really do anything. Mono Pilipala. I guess we try it. We'll keep the land. Helps us get towards Reaper King. So I guess we're just going to Cavern of Souls on Scarecrow. The jig is up. Our opponent knows what's going on. Oh, Lord. Oh, Utopia Sprawl. So our opponent is ramping. This might be Death Cloud. Well, Hallowed Fountain, untapped, and Pilipala. So getting to Reaper King to destroy lands would be nice. Catacombs, sacks it. Liliana is pretty bad here too for us. Oh, this is a land destruction deck? Oh my god. Well, let's get in with Pilipala. Polluted Delta, crack it, get an island, and Pilipala. We are on the 1-1 beats. I don't know about this. Destroys another land. I guess we just hope they fizzle. Let's attack with both Pilipalas. Polluted Delta, crack it, get an island, and Pilipala number 3. Catacombs for our opponent. Seriously, and a Damnation. Well, Painter's Servant on blue. Opponent cracks Verdant Catacombs. Blood Crypt tapped. Catacombs and passes. Land, please. Can't cast Skulkin. Yeah, if we could have got the Scuttlemutt down, that would have really helped. But our opponent had triple land destruction into Damnation, which is pretty bad for us. Seems unlikely that Painter's Servant's going to be able to get there all on its own. Roiling Spoils, alright. They are overloaded on land destruction. Island. Man, if we had drawn it last turn, we could have had our Scuttlemutt down. Oh, Lord. We just can't get Scuttlemutt down. Damnation to kill Painter's Servant. Birds of Paradise. And our opponent's out of cards. Land, please. Alright, Flooded Strand, crack it. Get a Breeding Pool, I guess. Untapped. And Scuttlemutt. So we just hope our opponent whiffs and we can win with what we got. Also, Grand Architect would help get us to Reaper King. Opponent passes. Well, let's attack with Scuttlemutt. Wrecking Ball. Our opponent has every land destruction spell possible. Painter's Servant on blue. Pass the turn. Eventually, they're going to have to start whiffing. Vraska the Unseen. Okay. Kills our Painter's Servant. Not whiffing yet. Serum Visions. Bottom and bottom. Pass the turn. Takes up Vraska and passes. Another Reaper King that we can't cast. Oh, lordy. Lordy. Takes up Vraska. Grand Architect. Go. So they can just kill it with Vraska. Oh, they drew... Well, never mind. They are still drawing action. Good lord. So I thought they'd whiff, but no, they drew action the whole time. A whiff finally, but too little too late. Whispers of the Muse. Well, there's a land. Pass the turn. Pumps up Vraska. Well, crack Polluted Delta. Get a Steam Vents. Tapped. Really? You drew another Wrecking Ball? Oh my god. Oh, I've never seen anything like this. Scuttlemutt we can't cast. Fulminator Mage. And that does it. Wow! Well, our opponent drew a lot of land destruction and a lot of damnations. Well, Flash Freeze seems good. Maybe Celestial Purge. It depends on if we're going to count on Painter's Servant. Flash Freeze just counters their land destruction, which is good. Probably go down Shackles. Yeah, probably go down Silence. Display of Dominance. Try it like that. Alright, we could play first. And the old one land nut draw. Oh my god. Alright, we're down to 5. Polluted Delta to the bottom. Our opponent mulliganed once, but they still have more cards than us. Polluted Delta go. Verdant Catacombs. Yeah, let's crack it. Get a Hallowed Fountain. tapped. There's a flash freeze. Well, let's Island and Painter's Servant on blue. Blue helps us, and it lets us destroy a land if we draw Display of Dominance. Blood Crypt, tapped. Overgrown Tomb, tapped. Well, let's get in with Painter's Servant. Breeding Pool, untapped. Jawbone Skulkin, and pass the turn. Forest. Alright, let's flash freeze. Basically, I don't think we can beat a Damnation, but if our opponent does not have Damnation, then we can probably win. So, Grand Architect, attack with both, put our opponent down to 14. So this is just, do you have Damnation? They can destroy our lands from here on out, but if they can't wrath our board, we should be able to win. Opponent passes. Destroys all islands. Man, they are going deep. Alright. Reaper King that we're not very close to casting. Well, let's tap that, play Scuttlemutt, and then get in 4-2. Hope that our opponent doesn't have Damnation or other removal. Alright, there's Vraska. Vraska's annoying. Kills our Grand Architect. Well, we kill Vraska and hit our opponent 4-2. What do you got, opponent? Wooded Foothills and passes. I think they got a Wrecking Ball. They have Abrupt Decay. Well, we have a Painter's Servant we can't cast, but we attack for 2. Opponent's down to 8. So 4 more turns of our opponent drawing nothing, and we could win. Island. Not bad. Attack. Put our opponent down to 6. The good news is they've destroyed so many lands that land destruction isn't very good. Cracks Wooded Foothills down to 5. Did they draw a Haymaker? Alright, that's a Grave Titan. Fair enough. Alright, against odds, Scarecrows in Modern. We'll play first, and this is reasonable-ish. Island, Serum Visions, Breeding Pool bottom. I guess we can leave Pilipala. Cavern isn't the worst. Pass the turn. Bloodstained Mire. Probes. Opponent passes. Well, Cavern on Scarecrow. And let's just lead on our Pilipala. Pass the turn. Watery Grave for our opponent. Untapped. They're going to kill Pilipala. Thought Scour. So this is like Grixis Delver. Cavern should be somewhat helpful. There's a Quick Tasker. Opponent passes. Well, let's get in with Pilipala. Painter's Servant on blue. Polluted Delta, go. Scalding Tarn cracked. Steam Vents tapped. Opponent's down to 13. They probably have lots of removal, though. Mountain. Says Young Pyromancer. Yep. And then bolts are Painter's Servant. Interestingly, that's not a great choice. That means we're drawing live to probes, down to 11. That means we're drawing live to just hit a Grand Architect. Although we can't draw our entire deck, but we could Grand Architect, Reaper King, Skulkin, kill something. Let's crack Delta. Get a... it doesn't really matter. Breeding Pool. Tapped. Come on, Grand Architect. Alright, down to 15. Come on! Alright, well, I guess this means we need to Scuttlemutt, uncounterable. Get in 4-1 with our Pilipala. Hallowed Fountain, tapped, pass the turn. Oh god. 2 for 1 by Kolaghan's command. And now we take a million, which means we're pretty much dead next turn, no matter what. And we're not even drawing live to Grand Architect anymore. Down to 7. Cavern on Scarecrow. Well, we get to cast a Reaper King, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. Well, here's uncounterable Reaper King. But we're dead to any burn spell. Another Young Pyromancer. Even if we're not dead, that doesn't mean we win next turn. Oh my goodness. Alright, Murderous Cut. So much removals. Well, probably should bring in some color hate. Celestial Purge actually hits a lot of things. And Flash Freeze counters some stuff. Go down Silence. Go down Shell Skulkin. Well, we can keep Shackles. Actually, Shackles isn't very good against Kolaghan's command. Hey, let's just try it like that. Alright, game 2, we get to play first, and... Alright, we got some flash freezes, a Scuttlemutt, and an Architect. So let's just go Steam Vents, tapped, go. Gets a Watery Grave, untapped, and Delver. Feels like kind of a hard matchup. Reaper King, alright, let's Flooded Strand, go. So much removal. Come on, no flip. Alright, no flip. Sulfur Falls, Serum Visions. Alright, gonna set up the flip for next turn. Opponent goes to attacks, gets in 4-1 with Delver. Alright, crack Flooded Strand, get a Hollowed Fountain, tapped. Alright, let's Island and Scuttlemutt. Pass the turn. Opponent Thought Scours, dumps a couple lands. Well, they're not automatically flipping Delver. Do they flip? Oh, they get the random flip with a Spell Snare. Ugh. That speeds up the clock. Gets in 4-3. Down to 15. Opponent passes. Cavern of Souls. That's an interesting draw. Well, let's Cavern of Souls on Scarecrow. And then just Grand Architect. Our opponent remands. Alright. Can't really do anything about that. Let's pass the turn. Leave up our Flash Freeze. Another Thought Scour. Vandal Blast and Swamp down. Island for our opponent. Gets in 4-3. Down to 12. Opponent passes. There's Pilipala. Well, let's play Flooded Strand. Uncounterable Pilipala. The question is, do we try to Grand Architect here or do we wait? Let's wait till next turn, because then we can leave up mana to defend it. So let's just pass. Opponent's going to Electrolyze. We are going to Flash Freeze. Opponent's going to Spell Snare. We let that resolve, crack our Flooded Strand, get an Island, and Flash Freeze again. Pass the turn. Well, we wasted all our counters, and we're down to 8. Alright, what does our opponent have? Polluted Delta, not super helpful. Well, let's Grand Architect, Polluted Delta. Now we turn Pilipala blue. The problem is we don't have anything to do. We can't draw our deck or anything. So we tap Pilipala, untap it for white, tap Pilipala, untap it for blue, tap it, untap it for black, tap it, untap it for red, and then white, blue, black, red, green, cast our Reaper King, uncounterable. One's going to bolt our Grand Architect. Okay, then I guess they have something else? Oh my lord. Opponent mono removal. Well, I guess we might as well attack with both. What else are we gonna do? Now a Tasigur? Ay. So much removal. There's Tasigur. I don't even know what we can draw here. Just so easy for Reaper King to get killed. Well, I guess we Scarecrow uncounterably. And pass the turn. Opponent didn't even activate Tasigur. Oh, maybe they couldn't. Attacks. So we block, and then we sack to draw a card. Ugh, there's the Grand Architect too. Sack to draw a card. Oh, we drew our combo pieces, but we sacked Pilipala. So let's see. We can Grand Architect, Jawbone Skulkin. Do they have even more removal? Alright, pass the turn. Oh, if we can live one more turn, we have a shot. We have a shot. Oh no, they have more removal. Activates Tasigur. We will give them back Young Pyromancer. Man, if they don't have removal, we can actually combo off. The ultimate combo. Also, counters are bad. Another Delver. Alright, that's one card. Young Pyromancer. Goes to attacks. So we need to block with Jawbone Skulkin. Then we make it blue. Tap it. Return Pilipala. Go to 2. If our opponent's on nothing... Oh my lord, are we really going to get there? Oh my god. Oh my god. And we drew Reaper King. Alright, well, let's try it. I think we might have it. So, turn Pilipala blue. Watch them be slow rolling a bolt. So let's tap it, untap it for white, and then we tap it, untap it for blue. Man, this is such a slow combo. Tap it, untap it for black, tap it, untap it for red, and then we white, blue, black, red, green, cast an uncounterable Reaper King. Opponents, oh my goodness, we got it! Oh, we got it! We got the infinite Scarecrow combo. Oh, Lord. Alright, so now tap it, untap it for white. Oh, this is so buggy. Tap it, untap it for blue, and then let's just use our Scarecrow to return a Jawbone Skulkin and destroy a Delver. Now we just very slowly draw our whole deck. Tap it, untap it for blue. Buy back a Whisper of the Muse. It would be easier if we could draw a Painter Servant. It's taking like 30 seconds to get a single Whisper of the Muse. Alright, well, the good news is Pilipala, we don't have to wait that long before killing our opponent. Just get rid of their blockers. Eventually we draw into Painter Servant to give everything haste. We're going to have to draw things fast. Buyback, Whispers, Serum Vision, bottom, and top Grand Architect. Then we tap it, untap it for blue, untap it for blue. Then we Painter Servant on red. Get rid of another blocker. We got it! It's the slowest thing ever. We need one more. I think we need one more Scarecrow. Actually, maybe not. Can we do it now? We'll do the math after we cast one more Whisper of the Muse. Because we can Celestial Purge. Alright, Whisper of the Muse with buyback. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so now I think we got it. Tap Pilipala. Untap it for blue. Tap Pilipala. Untap it for blue. Tap Pilipala. And our opponent scoops it up. Oh my goodness. Alright. That combo is not good for Magic Online. Good lord. But we did it. We went infinite with Scarecrows. Exile all our opponent's stuff. Give them haste with Jawbone Skulkin. So what we're going to do is just cast this Grand Architect. Turn everything blue. All our artifacts. Give them all haste with Jawbone Skulkin. And attack for a bunch. 7, 8, 9... I don't even know. A lot. Lethal. It would have been lethal. If we had time, we also could have got the flawless victory by just keep drawing our deck, but good lord, that takes way too long. I don't know how that happened, but we got there. Oh my god. So, what did we learn this week? Well, the biggest lesson is Scarecrows are not very good. I think half of the problem is they're all artifacts, and cards that can be cast in any deck are normally powered down a bit, so just at every spot along the curve, Scarecrows are just not very good. Reaper King is the best one, and it still requires 5 colors of mana to be good. But all the rest of them, they're just so bad. And our deck is so scattered. To take advantage of all the good Scarecrows, we got to play a whole bunch of different pieces. Like I talked about in the intro, we got kind of this Pilipala combo mixed in with Reaper King Beatdown, mixed in with the sideboard plan of changing colors with Painter Servant to destroy stuff. So overall, we managed to win 4 of 14 games. We won 0 matches, could not win a match. The most interesting aspect of the deck is we are incredibly good in game 2s. We won 4 games in 5 matches, and every single one of those was the second game of the match. So in game 2s, this deck is 80%, which, Pro Tour. If every game of a Pro Tour was a game 2, we would be killing it. But yeah, so I don't know. That's just a weird coincidence, I guess, that for some reason that's the only time we could ever win with this deck. So I don't know. The deck was fairly fun and pretty sweet. I guess that's the risk you take when you play a tribe that is almost exclusively from one block. There just aren't that many Scarecrows out there to begin with, and then the really powerful ones are either really expensive or do really weird things. It's not a tribe like Merfolk or even a tribe like Minotaurs, I can't believe I'm saying that, where you can just play like aggressive creatures and play lords and hope that that's good enough. That doesn't really work with Scarecrows because you don't get aggressive creatures, you only get one lord, and it costs a ton of mana. So you got to build a really creative deck, and why we were able to steal some games, it's not really the type of thing that can be competitive over the long haul. Anyway, make sure to check out the website, mtggoldfish.com. If you enjoyed our Scarecrows against the odds, make sure to click the like button and the subscribe button. Keeps you up to date on everything that's going on the channel. Plus, it's a big favor to us. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Scarecrows in Modern against the odds, and I will talk to you soon.